Hello. Welcome back to the Pink Floyd Completion Project. Today, we're looking at Roger Waters' 2022 release, The Lockdown Sessions. I don't know if this is classified as an album. I don't know if this is classified as an EP. What I do know is that you don't need to bother with it. I bothered with it, and my life is worse for it. So this was, as the name suggests, this was recorded during the COVID-19 lockdown during 2020 and 2021. Again, sorry about the wind. It's fall in Pennsylvania. It mildly sucks out here right now. But I'm gonna get through it. I don't know if he had, a band with him. I don't know if he did everything apart from the drums himself. It kind of seems that way. Just because musically it sucks. He did bring in female vocalists to do some stuff, but they don't really add anything. They really don't. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, looks like this is gonna be a loud one, and I'm gonna have to hold the fucking page. God damn it. So it starts off with Mother, which is surprisingly not shit. The only difference is Dave's part is sung by women, Roger is old, and the solos aren't as cool. Yeah, again, it's not gonna replace even live versions that he's done on his own of Mother. It's not gonna replace the studio track by a long shot. So it's okay, it's here, it exists, doesn't really have a reason to. Two Sons in the Sunset, this is a song from the final cut. This one arguably conveys the message better than the original, but from a musical standpoint, the original studio version from the final cut is still better. The sax solo on this version is just ass. It's bad. It's real bad. I don't like it. Vera / Bring the Boys Back Home, if you pull it up on Spotify, it's going to list it as Vera, but it's largely Bring the Boys Back Home. The bulk of it. It's, a very strange selection, because that's not a song that I listen to. Even though The Wall is my favorite album of all time, along with being my favorite Floyd album, it's my favorite Floyd album of all time, I don't listen to those songs outside of the album, because they really only work in context with the album. They don't really work outside of that context. It doesn't work here all that well. It's just, all it does is supply the world with a worse version of Vera and Bring the Boys Back Home. The Bring the Boys Back Home section has a very low energy. Much like the album, it has no real reason to exist. And then there's a couple of what would be cool guitar noises if they weren't, or guitar moments, if they weren't buried in the mix. It's almost something out of TSO. For a second, and it's just buried, so I felt nothing from it, and that sucks. That really does, because it had the potential to be something cool added to the song, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Song number 4, The Gunner's Dream. This version almost could have worked on Amused to Death. Almost. Roger can't get to those vocal heights anymore. It's largely just, it largely sounds like the rest of the album. Again, has no real reason to exist. But I did sing along with it a little bit, so that's something to be said. And then The Bravery of Being Out of Range. It sucks. This version of the song really sucks. I like the original version. Right? Just without that energy, it's just really bad. And then at one point, Roger does a monologue where he mentions, something about Biden and Putin, and it's just I don't care, man. I really fucking don't. And now the one line about the gunner still sleeps is put into better context, because The Gunner's Dream directly precedes it on this album. So that part of the song actually retroactively makes more sense. I don't think it but this version of the song still sucks. It's not going to replace the original. It's not going to replace any live versions he's ever done. It's just it's just kind of here. And then we get to the reason that I tell you to avoid this album. The key reason, amongst many other very good reasons to avoid this one. Comfortably Numb 2022. It doesn't have any fucking guitar solos. The vocals are so immensely bad. Just immensely half-assed. You know what? Like, whenever I listen to Comfortably Numb, even when I was live, listening to David Gilmour sing Comfortably Numb, me and my brother, we still sang that song at the top of our lungs. I hear this version, and I don't have the desire to sing this song at the top of my lungs. It's, like, that is a failure. That is a fundamental failure. Like, and without the guitar solos, the song is just not good. It doesn't work without, like, now the vocal portions of the studio version of Comfortably Numb, those portions are still fucking excellent. You take the solo out of that original version of Comfortably Numb, or even, Pulse, or Delicate Sound of Thunder, or Live 8, or any version of Comfortably Numb that Dave has been involved with. It's still magnificent without those solos. Here, all the magnificence of those sections has been completely torn away, and to add insult to injury, there's no guitar solo. I know if there was a guitar solo, it would not have been as good as the original. I fully accept that. But, not putting in the guitar solos, that is a fuck you to everybody who enjoys the original version of the song. It is a fuck you to the meaning of the song within the album. It is a fuck you to the meaning of the song on its own, and it's a fuck you to the fans. It truly is. It has no reason to exist. Absolutely no fucking reason to exist, and it was the fucking single for this piece of shit. Bad. Don't listen to this album. Don't bother. Really don't. My life is worse for having subjected myself to it. I was largely bored, and then I got pissed off. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you have something to add, please do so in the comments section down below. If you want to continue along my musical journeys with me, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to hear me talk about something other than music, I have a podcast with two of my buddies. It's called Dorkies. I will link the most recent episode of that in the description below. And if you want to hear what I happen to be listening to that day, or a 15-second segment at least, you can follow me on Instagram at Sean_Heaster1979. I post a 15-second segment of a song on my story there every single day. And with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one, The Dark Side of the Moon Redux. Fucking goddamn it.